Hello and welcome to another session of Let's Learn German. I hope you revised what we did in the previous sessions. In today's session, we are going to learn another aspect of German language and a very important aspect which is called the case. Or in German, they are called Kasus. As you can see, in German there are 4 cases, and they are nominative, which is the subject case, accusative, which is the direct object, dative, indirect object, and genitive, which is the possessive case. Now, you may ask, what is a case? Since case is a very common word in English language. A case means either a noun or a pronoun. And let me tell you, even though you might be wondering what a case is, you are already familiar with certain cases. And as I told you, a case can be a noun or a pronoun which is attached to other words in the language. We have already done certain pronouns, if you remember, and they are ich, wir, du, es, sie, etc., etc. So, pronouns are also cases. Now, let us see how each case is defined in German language respectively. However, I would like to tell you, our course, we would be limiting ourselves to only few cases, and we would not go into the detail of all the cases, because all the other cases would take up a considerable amount of time, and hence we would not be able to understand all the cases in a better scope. Now, we would be doing in this course few important cases like the nominative, accusative, and dative case, because these are one of the few of the most important cases which are used initially in the German language. Now, let us see how each case functions. We would start with the nominative case. Now, let us look at the nominative case. The nominative case or the subject case is the most easiest case and the common case in German. It is the case which is attached to the noun or the pronoun, and the verb, as we know in German, is conjugated. Any verb which is conjugated in the nominative case, which can be a noun or a pronoun. Now, let us look at the classification of the noun and pronoun in the nominative case. In German, noun is known as Nomen and pronoun is known as Pronomen. You are already familiar with these pronouns sie, es, sie, and you know that sie, and es belong to the third person singular category, and sie, which is marked with the small s here, belongs to the third person plural category. Now, let us see how we reach to pronoun from the noun. In German, there are 3 articles, or let us say 4 articles, out of which 2 are same, and these 3 articles are in also the grammatical gender. Der Mann here refers to the masculine er. Die Frau refers to the feminine sie. Das Haus refers to the neutral s, and die Brote, which means plural for bread, is the pronoun sie. Now, let us look how the grammatical gender in German is built. Now, let us look at few more aspects of the nominative case. The nominative case, as I told you, is either composed of noun, which is nomen, or pronoun, which is pronomen, and nouns are marked by grammatical gender. That means all the nouns in the German language are divided into 3 categories of gender. They are the masculine gender, which is M, feminine gender, which is F, and neutral gender, which is N. To mark any noun with the masculine gender, we use this word der, or in German as we call it der, which is called the article der. Please repeat after me, der. And likewise, this word die, which is for the marker for the feminine gender, is pronounced as die, and this word das or das is the marker for neutral gender, and it is pronounced as das. Here we have the noun Mann, which means the man or the husband, Frau, which means the woman, a woman or the wife, and Haus, which means, as you correctly guessed, house. These nouns are always fixed with their respective article, like the way we have the definite article the in English. In German, there are 3 definite articles and a plural article also. These 3 definite articles are always attached to all the nouns in the singular case. In the plural form, they always carry in nominative the article die. So, der, die, and das are article, as well as this signal the gender of the noun. So, der Mann is the noun here, where Mann is the noun and der is the definite article as well as the grammatical gender, and we know that this signifies the masculine gender. Frau, die is the noun here, and die is here the definite article and the grammatical gender, which denotes that the noun Frau belongs to the feminine gender. The noun Haus here is here with the definite article das, which denotes that it belongs to the neutral gender. And here we have the word Brot. Please repeat after me. Brot is the plural form of the word Brot, which means bread, which carries the article die. You might find it difficult now to understand that there is die here in the singular case as well as die here in the plural case. However, to recognize which of one of them belongs to the singular case or to the plural case, you have to learn the singular form as well as the plural form of the noun. And how we learn it, that we will discuss in the coming sessions. Now, let us look at how these articles are used in some other context. Now, since we are dealing with the nominative case, let's look at some other aspects of the case, which includes, as you know, the noun. Now, in German language, as I told you, there are 3 articles and they are also marked by the gender. Here we have the article der, die, das and die. These set of articles are called in German bestimmte Artikel, which means definite article, and in English we have the definite article the. However, in German we have more than one definite article which are listed here. I would like to tell you again that these articles are always attached to a noun. You have to learn each noun in its singular as well as in its plural form with the article. Moving on to another aspect of the article, apart from the definite article, we have the indefinite article in German, which is also called the unbestimmte Artikel. Now, there are 3 kinds of unbestimmte Artikel in German: ein, eine, ein. I would like to tell you that these 3 articles are only singular in nature, and with their corresponding definite article, they always come or appear together. For example, the definite article der has got the corresponding indefinite article ein. The definite article die has got the corresponding indefinite article eine, and the definite article das has got the indefinite article ein. And for the plural article die, there isn't any indefinite article. So, please remember that indefinite article are only singular in nature. Now, let us look at the combination of these articles der, ein, die, eine, das, ein. As you can see, 2 things here. The article der and the article das have got the same indefinite article ein and ein. However, the definite article die, which is feminine, has got the indefinite article eine, which is recognized by another a or e at the end, which I have marked here. So, it is relatively easy to distinguish between a masculine or a neutral article and a feminine article. However, one should be able to learn and understand how to distinguish between a masculine article as well as a neutral article, since both of them carry the same indefinite article. So, in order to recognize between indefinite article in masculine, feminine and neutral, always look whether the article carries the ending e, and if the article carries the ending e in definite case or in indefinite case, then the noun is got the gender feminine. Now, let us do a small exercise based on the nominative case. For that, we have our student who as usual would write the answers, and after the student has written the answers, we would see if the answers are right or wrong. Now let us look at the answers given by the student and see if they are right or wrong. Das ist ein Auto, which means that is a car. Now look at the letter written in the bracket. It is N. N, as you know, means the grammatical gender neutral, and thus we have the definite article written here, das Auto, which corresponds to the indefinite article ein. So the answer is right. The same way, look at sentence number 2. Das ist eine Blume. Blume means flower, and here in bracket we have the letter F, which means that the gender for this noun is feminine. So we have the feminine definite article die here, which makes it die Blume. So the answer is right. Das ist ein Computer. Now the word computer in German is also pronounced as computer, and it carries, if you can recognize from the letter M, the masculine gender, which is shown as der or computer. So this answer is also correct. Das ist eine Jeans. All of you are familiar with jeans. Now the noun jeans carry the feminine article, which is denoted here with letter F, and the indefinite article here rightly corresponds to the definite article die here, which makes it die Jeans. So the answer is also correct. Das ist ein T-shirt. The word T-shirt has got the neutral gender, which is marked by N here and carries the article, definite article das, which makes it das T-shirt, and the definite article das corresponds to the indefinite article ein, which makes it ein T-shirt. So the answer given here is right. You can see that it is not so difficult to learn the indefinite and definite article. However, I would like to tell you that in German each and every noun has got an article, and it can be the masculine article there, the feminine article die, or the neutral article das. So, it is always advised to learn a new noun with its article. If you don't learn the article, then you would not be able to understand the indefinite article also. So, I would strongly advise you to learn any new noun with its article as well as its plural form. We would do the plural forms of the article in a later segment. So, before we wind up today's session, let us do a quick recap of the nominative case. So, what did we learn today? The nominative case, or as it is called the subject case, basically contains the nouns and pronouns and articles. Now, the nouns, as I told you, are again divided into two. They are marked by the grammatical gender, which is masculine, feminine, neutral, and they are divided into two categories of called articles. They are the definite article and the indefinite article. All the nouns in the German language are attached to a definite article. So, with each noun one definite article is attached, which becomes its grammatical gender, and therefore, one can recognize to which gender it belongs to. And as I told you earlier, there are four kinds of definite articles in German, out of which der, die and das are singular, where der is the masculine article, die is the feminine article, and das is the neutral article, and to denote the plural of the singular nouns, the article die is used. And in the unbestimmte article or the indefinite article category, again we have three articles. They are ein, eine and ein. As told earlier, ein in masculine corresponds to der, eine corresponds to die, and ein corresponds to das. As I told you, ein, eine and ein are always singular, and they never appear in plural form. Now, as I told you, the article der and the article das have the same or the identical indefinite article, which is ein. Therefore, it is always better to learn the article, the definite article with the noun. And another tip which I gave you earlier is that any indefinite article which ends with e in the nominative case would be always feminine. Now, let us look at the pronoun er, sie, es and sie. You are already familiar with these pronouns. Er, sie and es are, as you know, third person singular pronouns, and the pronoun sie here corresponds to the third person plural pronoun. Any noun, any masculine noun is represented with the pronoun er. Any feminine noun is represented with the pronoun sie, and any neutral noun is represented with the pronoun es, as well as any noun in plural is represented with the pronoun sie. How we do this pronoun and noun variations, that we will do in the next session. For today, please revise these new aspects, and let us meet again in the next session, and we will learn some other aspects of the German case. As we always say, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss.